What's up, y'all? It's me, Tasha C. And I know you're like, if y'all been here for a minute, you're like, where the hell you been at? And you say you're supposed to come back last week, but I'm here now, y'all. Anyways, if y'all can see, this is not a cooking session. I'm just in the kitchen. If you're over whatever, you know how that goes. But anyways, y'all, what's up? I'm here to review Love and Hip Hop Atlanta Season 4 Part 1 Reunion. And shout out to my YouTube fam. And don't forget, if you're not part of my YouTube fam, don't forget to subscribe down below. And don't forget also to keep in your prayers. I recently found from my YouTube cousin, Miss Nika, also known as the Ghetto View. To keep Random Addict and her family, which is her best friend, in her prayers. Recently she had a child, and the child's been very sick, and I think the baby's like 2 weeks old. And recently found out that the baby had a heart attack. So please keep her in your prayers. James Caldwell, you know, he's also dealing with health issues as well. And if anybody else, you know, just keep people in your prayers, period. You know, keep positivity. Like, where the power of prayer is everything. I know people are like, oh, where this is coming from, but I'm just saying that. But anyway, y'all, let's get into this mess and fuckery. Now, oh Lord, I'm sorry. But anyway, we're gonna go with this. Now, we already know that usually these reunions are bits and pieces where they're good, and you get a lot of in-between flubber in between and shit, right? So let's get into what I want to call is the Ashley Nicole situation. I want to get out of the way. Now, they brought Ashley Nicole out the backstage after keeping her for damn near about half the goddamn season, after her and Rashida kind of came on mutual terms, and then all of a sudden her ass, you know, pops up. She says she's a flirt, all this other stuff, blase, blase, about Kirk and the Super. Like I said, a lot of this shit, you're kind of like, okay, it's the same shit. If you want to look and go back and look at the past season, you can go ahead and look at the shit. It's really not really too much to sit here and worry about as far as that. But basically, we never heard, at least in this episode, is it just me, y'all? They ain't say nothing about, is her shit on iTunes? Does she got something on YouTube? Daily Motion? Instagram clips? I don't know, but I'm just saying is there's nothing they said progressing about her music career. Real talk, at least about that. But you know, but I digress. But anyways, she just said she come also for flirt whatever. And then so they got this thing. I think Nina again also. She's saying one who did Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, which is coming back in 2 weeks. I want to try to review that. That she, you know, about you know, they also have, you know, since they had this after show thing that people, you know, you had a chance to clap back based on some of the cast members might say somebody, another cast member, and you know, I heard you talking about this and I heard you talking about that, so you know, are you gonna say anything to it? And then it sometimes can get, you know, video questions in, just like they did also for the after show, and then they may get, you know, you might get seen on TV and you ask your questions. So anyways, they sat there and brought up about if Ashley Nicole, since you know, it turns out she wasn't like liking Kirk like that. We don't know, or just wanted to get best finish off. I don't know. Yeah. But anyways, they did ask her who would she sleep with out of the cast members, and surprisingly, but not surprisingly, she said she would sleep with Jocelyn. And you know, each Stevie's like, oh yeah, we can put her on the bus, and she'll probably be the flavor of the month, or probably after that goddamn show, because they seemed happy. And you know how Jocelyn's, well, you know, it'll be a wild night, so they are just Mr. and Mrs. Turnout, okay? So anyway, it was also towards the end, all of a sudden we got into the thing where they got Jessica Dime on stage towards the end, and they're talking about like, well, first Jessica Dime piece heard from Colin Red this, that you said we just shared lockers and stuff, and we shared trapper keys and shit, and also we shared bags where we kept our money and shit. But then all of a sudden they realized, they basically went back and forth and realized, you could have called me, I could have called you, everything's cool, it's not that bad, whatever, all hugs and stuff like this, BFF forevers, BWB forever, friends with benefits forever, I guess. But anyways, they hug and stuff like that, and here's Steve trying to get into it. Maybe he's like, they can add her to the next month or whatever after this reunion and go have a fuck session again, or he gets his own POV show of watching them have sex again, I guess. Okay, that's what I got from that. But they have reconciled and they all good. But you know, here we got the thing is Mimi still trying to be holier with thou, which in the way it's like she's still, even after everything's been exposed, it's still trying to keep shit secret. Like, come on, Why does it matter now? We all seen your fucking cooch and ab skills years ago. What about almost 2 years now? Does it matter now? But she still in a way wants to be like, I am going to be quiet and this and that. But the reason why I want to bring this up is, now there's supposed to be a secret next week about that Jocelyn's going to expose. She claims, like what we say, it's like her main problem with Mimi is that she's such a liar, which I always speculate, a couple of us have speculated, is that her and Jocelyn, and they did show a clip also, the after show, that Mimi is her bitch too. She was some fan that called, did a video message called and whatever, right? But we basically was like, this. It's like, maybe admitted, and when I used to watch, I haven't watched Candy Coated show in a while, but when they were still in Candy Coated, not tag show, you know, her tag store, she did admit that her, when she came with everyone, I think Jocelyn and Steve. Anyways, y'all, back to that. Sorry, y'all, I haven't used this damn memory card so long, I forgot I had to clear it off. So anyways, back to what we're saying about the whole, because it kept going in and out. First they had Jocelyn on the scene. Jocelyn Louisa, yeah, she had to get her life together, but she's kind of like, what got y'all be so mad? And some other stuff she said was either blurred out or I couldn't understand because her accent was still kind of strong at times. But basically, it's like this. She realized that she had to get herself together. She went to go to Puerto Rico, get Woo-Saw, get stuff together. Supposedly her and Stevie J's relationship is still where she thinks with her mind and her pocketbook, and they occasionally screw occasionally, but other than that, supposedly their marriage is, I guess, to a certain point a standstill, but still them being involved with each other in a sexual way and business-wise, is still together. But also too, I'm surprised it wasn't mentioned, that kind of also fell out this season, y'all, is remember there was supposed to be a wedding. And Mama D was not the supposed one, she was the only one supposed to deserve love in the wedding and marriage, but they were already married. But she remember when Stevie was doing his 30 days sobriety, like I said, he is happy to be sober, which is good. He likes, you know, being clean, whatever, which is good. But he also told her to get herself together. She, you know, had us when we started hearing the Stingy with the Cootie Cat, and also at the same time, she started looking for wedding dresses and stuff, and now all of a sudden that seemed to be on the back burner. Ashley Cole has returned back for the reunion, but yet, at least in this part one, nothing has been discussed about their upcoming wedding as of yet, unless it's say they do get a spinoff. So anyway, you know, they brought about, Stevie said about them, and Mimi, of course, was brought up the question about why did she meet with Jocelyn or whatever, meaning y'all you can't stand her. And Mimi's just like this. The only reason, of course, why I met was because, you know, Stevie said that she was supposed to do an apology and stuff like that, blah, blah, blah. And we see how that worked out, whatever, right? But she feels like this, but Mimi's claims she doesn't really have a problem with Jocelyn. It's really because of her attitude problem, blah, blah, blah. You know how Jocelyn is about like, yeah, she's calmed down, but it's like, I give you nice, if you give me nice, if you give me bitch, I'll give you more bitch, and stuff like that, okay? We don't have to go into every detail, because we've been dealing with this, since season 1, okay? And she ain't gonna apologize for taking her Mimi's dick away, whatever. I think that's what she said too. But anyway, also, one of the things that was brought up, like I said, I forgot about the Ashley Cole thing, is about she's a flirt. And then, you know, they had Tony and Camille, I think her name is, you know, they were both on the stage, and she gonna touch Tony's arm. And, you know, Camille was like, you know, because they asked the question about how did she feel about having, you know, if he would have had an office like Kirk had, whatever, right? And, you know, Kirk, of course, believes they had him later on in the session. We'll get into that later on as well. Because, you know, like I said, this first episode was kind of like, all right. And, but Camille's like this, I would, you know, bust him in the head. He came with that dirt off. Then I first thought, honestly, they were going to get into the follow-up between Rashida and Camille, but they haven't yet. But I did notice also, too, y'all, that they were talking about Carly Rae, where her loyalty lies, stuff like that. I think it was before or after Jessica Diamonds came. Again, it gets to the point like, doesn't matter. And, you know, Lord, she feels like this. I could be a friend with this person. I could be a friend with this one, where you're Lord. And I think Arlene, or Arjolene, well, I always get her name wrong, Miss A, Mimi's friend, was like, where does your loyalty lie? And somehow, not only did Carly Rae not answer that goddamn question, but somehow she started to remind us that she has businesses, not one, but 2, and trillion-million-dollar businesses, and she come out with another makeup line and shit. And even Arlene was like, that has nothing to do with your business. I just asked where your loyalty lies. Okay, but you know how that goes. But yeah, but Camille let it be known, like, you know, she better be careful as she goes, something like that. They had little captions already inside of the program for us to see. But yeah, that just went downhill. But Then we had, like I said, it was off the wall of the place, but I'm going to save a certain situation of Lab, right? Stevie J and the Miko fight. I just want to say that for last. And so we have the Kirk, like I said, the Rashida thing with Ashley Cole. Kirk said, like, you know, he spends a certain amount. His money is my money. When she makes her album sales, she gets a certain amount. Okay, anyways, yeah, they had that, you know, court story going on, whatever. But, you know, they didn't, you know, but apparently he was able to have must save this story. They talked about the auction. You know, Jock was talking about he was trying to buy that bike. So I guess Kirk can see something like that, you know, just... We saving time here. We saving time. But also, we did go to the point where I wanted to point out was, I'm probably skipping over things, but like I said, when we're going talking about stuff, in the first episode is always like whatever. Now, there was a scene where somebody brought in, I think it was the host Nina, that said it's actually Scrappy out of all the cast members, male cast members, excluding Miko, I guess, is the only one that has only one child. And I think this is when we were talking about the Young Jock situation, whatever, right? But I want to point this out because he's like, well, you know, God can only give you what, you know, well, you can handle what you can bear. And then here's Erica's bit behind that's sitting here already. They almost had got into it because she was all, I don't know, around that same time, it just seemed like out of nowhere, she still has this problem with Scrappy, right? And even they stood up for a certain point. I don't know, it was before baby, but she's all of a sudden like, what you gotta say? She all standing, Scrappy standing up, of course, got security. And then they got on her side some security. And then, you know, he or she all looking like she want to take off the earrings and stuff and get some Vaseline and, you know, take her heel and stab him in his eye. I guess type of way. And even he like, wait, hold on. You know how Scrappy get, hold on. We're like, whoa, what is going on here? And then they had to calm him down. But Erica has this bitterness. And I heard, don't she have somebody too? But they just never had put him in the storyline. But she is with this whole child support thing. It's just really messed up. But like I said, it's either the same time in the scene. Like I said, you pay attention. But like I said, when there's so much going on with these reunions, it's kind of like, even though they claim stuff going in sequence, it jumps back and forth. Especially we got the audience, you got the people. You sit on the couch, or not on the stage. Until you get your turn, get on the couch. Because Jocelyn was still able to, you know, they asked the questions and stuff. She able to talk, but when they asked, but let me go back. When Scrappy was told about, you know, God only give you your bear. Here go Erica making a subliminal comment. This is when Bambi was sitting right next to Scrappy, right? Talking about, well, you know, people have abortions. You know, of course, Bambi heard the starving, and she was like, shut up, blah, blah, blah. Then we talking about, you know, with your ratchet hair, and Erica's like, I got Maria, what's your hair look like, bitch? And then I'm like, oh, Erica been around me quite a bit, bitch. And then did this, and they just went back for arguing, and then eventually stopped. But it was just really unnecessary, you know what I'm saying? Because Bambi was just minding her own business, okay? With her shimmer hairline. I'm just saying, she was minding her own damn business. So, then that argument stopped. And, okay, let's get into the Young Jock situation. Got Carly Red on the other side. I think it was other people, whatever. And then it had Cena, and they brought her in. Now, they didn't really go into how they set her up, type Katie and thing. But Katie and Young Jock are still supposedly together. And then it got brought up with Carly Red also reminded that Young Jock is still trying to smash Carly Red as well. And he was trying to at the wedding, because this is what Jocelyn was, Stevie was still on the stage right the same size as Carly Red. Because also Carly Red, and then we're talking about the loyalty thing, that she can be friends with Carly, but Carly Red just need to know what to say, stop straddling the fence of Jocelyn. But Jocelyn said she can be friends with Ashley Carly Red, so I guess they're cool again. But she was, you know, Steve was trying to kiss her not to say, I guess, you don't tell damn player code type of thing. And Jocelyn is like, you know, hell no, I won't tell like it is. He was trying to ask her for some Carly's cootie cat, and, you know, against Mama D's wedding. And then Nina, even the host, was like, I seen y'all dance. And, you know, Jock is like, what is you talking about, Scooby-Doo? You know, Scooby-Doo never gets too old. Don't. And then he basically like, man, you gonna lie, talking to the host Nina, you gonna lie, I'm gonna leave the stage. And then he basically said he ain't trying to mess with Carly and Red like that. And Carly started doing the flute, I guess, when she was talking about when she was the baby on her feet, and, you know, the she butter, and was able to jack him off with her, you know, pinky toe and shit. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know. But anyway, so, but she was saying, you know, you were missing, you always trying to smash me. Cena always said that she never left. And then Katie's like, okay, you never left, whatever. But it's like, that's nothing to brag about, because technically, even though it's your baby daddy, y'all still smashing. If he's claiming to take KD to everybody, that's his woman, he is staying with her, and whatever else is. When you look on his Facebook status, he say I'm in a relationship and tags her page. That just means that technically he's put you in the baby mama slash I have access to always smash you type of thing. And that means like that is a key to your pussy on a regular basis. I'm just saying he has a key that never goes out until he feels like it. But even though when she's trying to let him know that he still does something, he could never answer the question. He had to stand up trying to almost give everybody the church finger, that type of mess. Whatever, Jock. But when they asked, Anita asked, are y'all in a committed relationship? And Katie's like, oh well, ask him that. He like, yeah, nah. That's what we're getting here, folks. And so, anyways, we have to deal with this last part I wanted to talk about, which was pretty interesting. Now, Margot somehow is there. She's got the buzz cup on the head. This is when Nico comes in, and I think if people see on the Shade Room on their Instagram page, where they had a snippet about how Jocelyn, because Jocelyn, even though she can't stand Mimi, or they go on and off back and forth in their whatever relationship or frenemies, whatever it is, sister wives, what the fuck is going on? She was asked, does she believe that Nico should receive any money from this book deal? Because that's what they brought this big book deal, you know what I'm saying? And Don, sending off. I wanted to go bring her on stage. But anyway, Jocelyn feels honestly like this, that he don't deserve shit, at all. What did he do that? I think somebody else had wrote it in the first place, but neither Nico or me were the ones who write the book. But she feels like Jocelyn's like he didn't deserve nothing to the added part of the book. She basically like this, and they showed the clip where Stevie and him almost got into it, the second episode, third episode, and Jocelyn even felt offended. Even Deb had put her 2 cents in that they felt like it's crossing the line, which I honestly feel like yeah it is. Like, what is he bringing even when Tony come like, my child's gonna be calling me me daddy and stuff like that. Your daughter's gonna be calling me that. That's one thing, saying your daughter's gonna play, but you sitting here saying that comment and knowing that would get give an average dad's nerve, saying some comment like that. Your child's gonna call me daddy. The fuck? That's a whole other issue. But y'all feel me. Most of y'all feel me. You ain't gotta agree with her, but that's why I personally feel like you crossing the line. Anybody say personally to me, that's the crossing line, saying that type of comment, and you wanted a response. You know what I mean? And so that's why Deb was like, we take it through the streets. I thought she was gonna take her earrings off and shit, and tell me, baby, hold my purse, and just go in at it and shit. Like, I felt sorry for Nick, because I think half of the damn cast and shit wanted to beat his ass just based on that comment. Because he feel like he put Mimi on, but Mimi also put him on. But in a way, I don't know, because like I said, to a certain point, who the fuck would have known about Nico if Mimi didn't put him on this goddamn show? I'm just, as far as like beforehand. Did you know about Miko? Did anybody know about Miko? Should we know about Stevie? We knew about Stevie. I knew about Stevie just even based on him. And it's actually like, I'm gonna say I knew about Stevie just being in the game, being music producer and stuff like that, for a long minute, right? And I couldn't like the tape that he had, it got leaked, whatever, the 30 seconds. But what I'm saying is just knowing that he been in the game. But what I'm saying is that Miko, they're talking about a little about the sex tape deal and all this other stuff. But like I said, but really was more focused on, I guess, saying about that comment. Steve and him was supposed to get into it, but of course they had the security and stuff. Jocelyn got up, and then Jocelyn told Stevie sit down. Everybody cheering Stevie like it's one of them teen romantic comedies and stuff like that. And you cheer the good guy, Stevie. But he sat down in the chair. I was confused. I don't know him and Nico, because Nico, Stevie said I can, we can get into it right now. Nico, and they had the closed caption already set from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Got their own closed caption for us to follow. And he was saying, I challenged you fight and you didn't do it or whatever. But they were supposed to get in the fight. Didn't happen. Blah, blah, blah. But Deb was saying this. I know I'm jumping all over the place. Like I said, I'm a little bit rusty. And, but yeah, she was just saying that, you don't bring the kids into the shit. And, niggas was like, ain't got nothing to do with you. And this one, I think, around the time Jocelyn had ding, ding, ding in also as well. It was a couple other times, but I forgot. But she ding, ding, ding in. And, she was just like this. You know what? Fuck you, whatever it is, you gonna make some kids. Everybody else got kids. He got kids. He got kids. He got kids. He got kids. And, you know, saying that you must be undercover or something like that, because why you don't have no kids? Go make your own kids instead of trying to say somebody else's man, you know, like, try to say, have some other man's child call you daddy or saying that comment. She felt big. But here's the whole thing, Jocelyn. There are men that are infertile who only is straight, never had, you know, who are straight, who don't have kids. There are men who are bi, gay, who have kids, been married, who have kids too. But she just feels uncomfortable because he don't have any children as well. It's like, I understand the point, I suppose, like Jocelyn, I mean, I know it's rare to most, I mean, there's most dudes that do have children, but there are some people, like I say, men who just don't want kids, period. And men can't so are capable of not having kids, period. Or if the person they choose to be with, they choose to be with, whatever, you know what I'm saying, can't have, you know what I'm saying, it's a lot, you know, I'm just saying, we ain't got to get into it, but, you know, then Margot was saying, like, this comment that she was, like, offended, that she's a part, you know, of the LGBT community as far as, like, reporting it, and I know I probably left some letters out, but you know what I mean, but she said, this is why in the black community, why men feel uncomfortable, or I think she was saying black men feel uncomfortable about saying that they're gay, because you keep saying undercover, and I know Miko's not gay, and da-da-da-da, and I heard Steve, I know, supposed to expose Miko something, right? Is he still gonna do it in part 2? But anyways, she basically, you know, she's basically like this, and you know, Jocelyn's like, I like both, blah 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 blah, I'm gay, okay, blah blah blah. And then there was another scene that they did talk about also this too. I think this was part of Jessica Dime piece where she slipped and said that actually she likes cooch more than she does dick. And even Steve was like, you like that more than my beefcake, and then they kissed or whatever, and they probably gonna screw some, brought it back to join them in the back room. I'm just saying, I'm just like, oh my gosh, okay. I mean, there's so much, see, it's just a lot of sex in the darn room. People need to wear a damn raincoat going on fucking stage, wait, just to protect it so they won't get pregnant sitting in the fucking seats. But anyway, y'all, that's all I got. I'm sorry I'm all over the place. Back trying to be, but anyway, y'all pleasant way, pleasant night, pleasant weekend. I definitely see the next one, but like I said, it should be, hopefully the reunion next week is a little bit better. You know how these reunions go. But anyway, y'all take care. Hugs. See y'all next one.